Black women in particular need to lay off of that strong thing. You know, that's a trap, because when you say words like strong Black woman, it makes us superhuman.
Hey, this is Raulh. Please act right. Here's what I see are the top 5 reasons us men are fed up with Western women. Number 1, Miss Strong and Independent.
Black women in particular need to lay off of that strong thing. You know, that's a trap, because when you say words like strong Black woman, it makes us superhuman, and it makes people think, oh, we can conquer anything, and it's almost like superhuman. And so you have to be careful with that strong. You want to be strong, but that can't be your label, because that in and of itself will scare a man.
Now, I disagree with that last thing she just said. Men are not scared of you being strong and independent. We just simply feel that if you're strong and independent, you don't need us. Ain't nobody scared of you. So cut your own grass, shovel your own snow, fix your own car and house, or pay a man to do it. Number 2, we'll respect everybody else except her own man.
A woman will go to a job interview for a job of her dreams and dress up, come prepared with a resume, wear a suit, dress modestly because she knows the job is contingent upon how she dresses and how she presents herself. Then that same bitch will go home to her boyfriend, dress like a hoe, try to go to the club. Boyfriend says, hey, why are you dressed like that? She'll look at him and say, shut up, Tom. I do what I want. The patriarchy can't control me. And walks out the house and will openly disrespect her man. She will go ahead and put more power and importance on dressing for a job for someone that doesn't give a about her over her own man.
Now, you know women get upset when they hear a man say it, so let's let a woman say the exact same thing.
You know, it baffles me the amount of women that are like, I would never let my husband tell me what to do. I'm not his child. And these same women, they'll go to work. Their boss says, hey, I need you to turn this in by 5 p.m. They say, yes, sir. The HR manager says, hey, I need you to stop saying this to your employees. They say, okay. The trash man says, I need you to put your trash cans beside the road on Wednesday mornings. They say, okay, and they do it. The speed limit sign says, don't go past 65. Guess what? They don't go past 65. The nurse says, hey, you have this condition. I need you to take this medicine. They say, okay. Their single friend will say, girl, you don't need to do this for your husband. You need to tell him this, this, and this. And they say, I can trust you. You're the expert. Literally everybody else in the world will tell them, jump, and they say how high, and they do it. But when your husband, who has a covenant with God to protect and provide for you, tells you, hey, I don't think you should do this. Yes, you should do this. No, you should not do this. It's a problem and you're oppressed.
Exactly. And the majority of the time, it's just the man telling her that what she's wearing is not appropriate for wearing outdoors, which in most instances is true. Take a look at this picture right here. It appears that the woman is in line at Walmart wearing a see-through outfit where you can see her G-string. Ladies, just in case you didn't know, men don't want their women dressing like this out in public. Your nakedness is for our eyes only. Fellas, if you don't want a woman who dresses like this out in public, but you meet her dressed like this out in public, I strongly suggest you not date her and then try to change her once you two become exclusive. What you see is what you get. Number 3, thinking a man is supposed to handle her.
It's crazy to me how some women be like, oh, men can't handle me and blah, blah, blah. It ain't got nothing to do with handling you. First of all, you're a human. You don't handle humans. Men don't tolerate you. You see, as we get older as men, we not lusting as much as when we were younger. So as we get older, we take shit more serious and we pay attention to who you are. They ain't just thirsty to so they not just tolerating anything. It has nothing to do with handling. If you have a smart mouth or an attitude problem or you just have a bad character, nobody wants to tolerate you. It has nothing to do with handling you. And the thing is, instead of taking accountability for some women and being like, you know what, maybe I do need to learn how to communicate, talk, and change my attitude, they don't want to change and grow up. They want to still do the shit they was doing when they was 19 and 20. And then they get in their 30s and realize why they can't find a man, because they don't want to tolerate you.
This goes for men and women too. If a person doesn't conduct themselves like an adult within the first few months that you're dating them, there's no need for you to tolerate their nonsense. Tell them it was interesting meeting you and exit left. It's not your job to raise somebody else's grown child. Number 4, women taking advice from bitter single women about men.
If you are a woman and you're looking for a man, the silliest thing that you can ever do is take advice from another woman, especially a scorned woman who doesn't even have a successful relationship or doesn't have a relationship in general. 9 times out of 10, those women are giving you advice from their own personal failures. It's not going to work. You're going to end up like her, with a whole bunch of toys and no men. You can't dog men and expect them to want to be with you. It's just not going to happen. I see a lot of these women talk about women empowerment, but it's nothing but bashing men. If you really want to know what to do to be successful in a relationship with a man, then go talk to men. Go listen to men. Hear what they have to say. See the things that they want and they like. You'd be surprised how much you learn talking to the actual man. We are not men. We don't know what it's like to be men.
And this is one of the biggest problems that we're having in Western culture. You know what they say? Misery loves company. And this is huge when it comes down to Western women. They cannot stand for another woman to be happy with her man. And it shows the minute that woman is having a problem with her man. The bitter, lonely woman will tell her, I wouldn't put up with him if I was you. And then she'll tell her to leave him. She'll never try to help her work out the problem with her man. And she'll go as far as to tell her it doesn't matter what the man wants. It's all about you, girl. And the sad thing is the woman with the man will listen to her and sabotage her own relationship. Taking advice from a bitter woman. And last but not least, the woman with a high body count.
Does that diminish a woman's value in your view, to be promiscuous and to build up that body count like a man?
I'll say to you this way. Somebody comes in for a job interview.
Yeah.
And in the last 5 years, they've had 20 jobs. How do you look at them?
It's a problem.
It's a problem. Somebody
Something's
comes
wrong.
for a job interview and they're 32 years old. And from 22 till 32, they've worked at 2 companies. How do you look at them?
Yeah, positive.
Positive. No matter who you work with, no matter what company you go to, there's going to be conflict. The fact that this person was able to stay at 2 companies for 12 years tells me they're mentally tough, they're emotionally tough, they don't jump to conclusions. The same exact way we don't like to see people with too many jobs on their resume, we don't like to see too many boyfriends and body count on the resume for women.
And this one also is huge when it comes down to a man choosing a woman to get into a long-term relationship with or even marriage. If she has a high body count, more than likely, for the lack of a better phrase, she's gonna be screwed up in the head. So for the guys who are going to continue to date in Western society, if she says she's strong and independent, walk away. If she's disrespectful and hard-headed, walk away. If she wants to be handled by a man, walk away. If she's taking advice from other women, especially single, bitter women, walk away. And if she has a high body count, run for the hills. Hey, somebody to tell you, and I love you, so it might as well be me. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell to get notified when I post a new video. I post a new video every week. And in the meantime, will you please act right? My name is Raulh. See you in another video.
Every single time a new man enters into a woman, she becomes less emotionally available. The majority of girls grow up and are thrown into a world that values them for their beauty and sexuality without them having to actually put in any effort. This causes an inflated sense of self and places an extreme importance on the need of being wanted and desired. A lot of women have fell into the trap of self-gratification and impulsive pleasure with complete disregard for its consequences later on in life. Even from a biological and evolutionary standpoint, a life of sexual escapades with multiple men without any kind of emotional involvement is the antithesis of the female mating strategy. In other words, a woman sleeping around goes against natural law. They don't realize what's waiting for them at the end of an exciting 10 years or so. They're met with a ruined reputation and a slaughtered self-image. All of their encounters with men has led them to believe that all men want is one thing and that all men are the same, because her perception of men is now extremely skewed. For men who are looking for a woman to date or marry, understand that if her past is a trail of failed relationships and one-night stands, it's safe to draw a few inferences about whether or not she's really even worth your time. Women bond with the man they sleep with, and they develop an emotional connection, which is absolutely necessary from an evolutionary perspective. But this ability to bond stops coming into fruition when she repeatedly treats sex as nothing more than a physical need to fulfill, with absolutely no emotions involved. This is why you have women who can treat sex so casually now. If you're a man, your early 20s are a time when you start at the bottom, and you need to work to make it to the top by building yourself as a man who's attractive to women. The last thing you should ever want to do on this journey is participate in the rampant hookup culture with women who don't look at you as anything more than an addition to their notch count. This is the advice I give to all men. Resist the temptation to try to have a whole phase of your own, because it will throw you off your tracks like nothing else. Find a woman who values you for yourself and build a lasting relationship on the strong foundation of trust and love. So until the next video, I'll see you guys later. Bye.
So if you enjoyed this video, check out one of these 2 videos right here. I'm sure you'll enjoy them too. And if you like, you can visit my channel. I have plenty of videos there. Go ahead. Don't be scared.